super intelligent.
I
Hey,
do
good
look
evening.
smarter.
Yes.
I look,
Actually, you do look smarter.
I do look smarter.
You need to shave though now.
No, I'm not going to shave for at least 4, 5, 6 more hours.
Mm. But you will shave.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hey, college and disc golf. Disc golf is important, but college is more importanter, right?
Maybe.
Well, I mean, it is.
Because it's more importanter.
You can get all educated.
Mm-hmm.
You can be learn stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So,
I'm
guys and
pressing
gals,
buttons.
we're waiting for
Oops.
somebody to jump on here with us. He should be on here very shortly. He's been invited, and it's Johnny May. Johnny May is a pretty cool guy.
Yeah, we're really looking forward to having him.
We are
on here.
He wasn't I mean, he looks kind of like me, maybe a little bit better. Yo, Johnny May's on. We just got to get his face in here. And this is gonna be kind of cool because will we see him too to kind of adjust our thing here?
Here we go.
Approve. Yep. All right.
Mm-hmm.
We'll see.
Should.
Adding. What's up, pickle?
There we go.
What's up, guys?
Hey.
What up?
Dude, I need a hat. Well, I've got some.
No, you guys gotta be bald together.
Well, maybe I should go shave. Let's everybody stop. Go do what you're doing. I'm gonna go shave. I'll be back.
No.
Yeah, you got a little peach fuzz going on, man.
All right.
Mm-hmm.
I've been off for a minute, so I gotta get. I go back tomorrow morning, so I gotta shave all my stuff.
You gotta get all shaved up.
Hey, how you doing, Johnny May?
I'm great, man. I'm great. How are you guys? I got a hair or something here, man. I watched the video
It's
today of
impossible.
like some woman's
It's
pet peeves.
it's
And one of them was like people playing with their hair all the time, the girls. So.
Exactly. Hey, do you ever get your wife's hair on your shirt and then kind of droop it over just in case somebody might notice?
Here you go.
Nah, not too. Hey,
Oh my god.
you guys, you look like twins.
There you go.
Wait, ain't that work?
For
Oh.
sure,
Let's give
man.
you some bangs.
Get off me. It's
For
hot.
sure.
Oh gosh, you don't know what it's like.
I know. Who's talking to us?
Melvin.
Johnny May.
Sup,
Johnny
Melvin?
May. Okay.
Nobody. I
Oh,
see a
now
few
look
people.
what you did.
I'm sorry?
Melvin West just said hi, Brooke and Troy.
Yes.
Yep, we got him.
Our
Cool.
I used to work with him 150 years ago.
So, Johnny May, thanks for doing this with us. I really appreciate you taking a few minutes to jump on our goofiness and our
Well,
show.
Hey, I appreciate you asking me. I love sharing the oils. I love talking about myself, like all the time. So yeah,
You love talking about yourself. That's awesome.
this is great. You know, I went 4 for 4 with a dinger last night in softball. Yeah, I was like, look at that! Like this is amazing.
Wow. It's not too often we have somebody famous on here, so we're pretty excited.
Yes, Johnny May is famous.
He is. I'm going to get his autograph one of these days. Yeah, absolutely, you're famous. Why wouldn't you be?
Infamous.
Well, we're talking about the old West now.
Well, maybe in the past, Johnny.
Yeah, we'll make it into the taser story later. So yeah.
I saw that. I think that's a great idea.
Eric and Jude, you ain't lying, know him forever.
Hey,
There you go.
so if you guys do not yet know Johnny May, we actually stumbled across you, I think, just because of that group that you made, right? So he made a group that is the Essential Oil Guy, which is Meet the Men of Young Living. And correct me if I'm wrong, but I think you're pushing 20,000 strong in that group now.
Yeah, it's right around 20K. I don't know, like 19.5 or something, but yeah, it's crazy. It took off. I knew it would, like, there was a need in it, and there was a want for more men, to get more men involved, but I never really envisioned it going crazy like it did. So it was super cool.
Yeah.
Good deal.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
And we appreciate that group so much. When I saw it, I was like, yeah, we're jumping in that group. And so Johnny has had amazing interviews with people and lots of guys coming on that are from Young Living, telling their story, why they do what they do, what drew them into Young Living, and just basically paying attention to their health And so I want to hear from you tonight too, Johnny, like what your story is, you know? So we'll get into that as well. Do you want to tell us a little bit about yourself, where you're from? And well, actually, if you just want to tell us how you got involved with Young Living too, that'd be awesome.
I can do all that. Like, how much time do we have? Like, I can talk all day long. Yeah. I know you were talking earlier, like, you know, it's hard to keep yourself under 15, 20 minutes. Like, yeah, this is going to be a long one for sure. Yeah.
That's
You
good.
know, I really appreciate you guys asking me to come on. Just really enjoy both of you. Like, we've hit it off immediately. I feel like I've known you guys forever.
I know.
Like, really good peeps. But I got involved in Young Living through my ex-wife, who happens to be.
I'm sorry, and congratulations.
Yeah, I'm still with her, man. She's my current girlfriend.
Yeah.
Just saying.
And she's my enroller. So it's an interesting dynamic for sure. Like, she'll start complaining to me about my because I'm under her, like I'm not doing enough, or I'm not doing, what did you do today? Like, this is funny. The first, I'll get into telling how I got involved with this funny story. Like, the first day that I launched the Men of Young Living, the Essential Oil Guys Meet the Men of Young Living, the very first day, we had like 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, I don't know. So many people come in, and I'm literally managing 50 men, you know, and half of them are Royal Crown Diamonds, like 10 or 20 of them. And I'm a little silver down here, you know, trying to not offend anyone and you know, get these guys on board and get them scheduled up, and, you know, and I enrolled. Like, I had a meeting that day, and I enrolled like 2 people, and she's like asking me if I did any IPAs that day. She's like, did you do any IPAs today? Like, complain at me. I'm like, no, I didn't do anything today. But yeah, she's one of those. I think she's like,
I'm with you.
What we can gather. But
yes.
Yeah, she got involved.
Yeah.
Her grandfather actually had Alzheimer's, and she was looking to just find out basically why, you know, what caused it, and just looking into reasons and doing a lot of research herself. And she stumbled across, you know, some holistic health stuff and Pinterest, and with essential oils. And she didn't know the difference. She didn't know Young Living from, you know, store-bought oils, but she was buying a bunch of store-bought stuff, and she saw a blend for thieves. And we were going on vacation out to Las Vegas, and she wanted to protect us and support our immune system by making this thieves blend.
Gotta stay there. Good.
Yeah. Well, she made it out of like the store-bought stuff, though.
Okay.
Bad idea. she got this god-awfulest rash ever, like, on her face.
Wow.
And so she was just telling her friend about it. Our friend we met, they were actually from Canada. We'd met them previously on another vacation, and we hit it off with them. So we were meeting them again. And she doesn't even sell at Young Living. You know, she doesn't work the business at all. But when Jacqueline was telling her story about what happened, she's like, girl, you can't be buying them store-bought oils. You don't know what's in them.
Good, yeah.
And Jacqueline's like a research Nazi. So she came home and researched for about a month, looked into all the different companies. Luckily, somebody is. But and then she decided to go with Young Living because we're the best. You know, we got to see distill and all that. So that was about 4 years ago that she got involved, and then she slowly got me using a little bit here and there. I was on the Ningxia pretty soon, right? But it took her 3 or 4 months, 5 months probably, to get me actually trying oil.
Yeah.
How she got me to try one was, I was having some head discomfort, and I came home from a softball game, and I was looking for my stuff for my discomfort, and I was like, "Where's it at?" And she's like, "I threw all that crap away." I was like, "What do you mean you threw it all away? I've got head discomfort." Threw all your crap away. Here, use this peppermint oil. And I was like, I'm not using your stupid oil. Leave me alone. And she's like, well, I have head discomfort. So given the choice of hurting or her snakels, I tried it. And
Right.
it worked pretty much immediately. Within a few minutes, I didn't tell her it worked because we can't let them know they're right, can we now, Troy? So that was like kind of my aha moment.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. So and then she dragged me to an event, and I try to tell everybody, like, if you want your men involved, get them to an event. Get them. That was the thing with the essential oil guy too, is just get them meeting the other guys and let them know that there's actually guys like them that are in the company and that are using essential oils. It's not a girly thing. And I met a guy there. Like, she dragged me to an event. It's called Thrive in Nashville. Monique McLean, who's a pretty big name in the company. Her and Kelly Wright were throwing it. I guess they were the lemon droppers. And but it was a pretty huge event. There was like 4,000 or 5,000 people there probably. And I met Les Wright, and you know, my preconceived notions of all the guys I was going to meet at this event.
I'm listening. Go ahead.
Yeah, Les Wright just kind of threw that for a big curveball, because he's a big, good old boy from Alabama. He's more country than me. And I was like, well, okay, well, maybe this isn't girly. Maybe, you know, there is some guys in here like me. And then I joined. He had just started the Essentially Equipped Challenge group, the men's group, and he got me to join it. And you know, I just started connecting with some of these guys and just got to, you know, really become good friends with a lot of these guys. And then, you know, it's a brotherhood, this Young Living thing is, and you got so many good, solid dudes in it, and it's just they'll get you hooked whether you like the products or not, which I do. But you know, the guys are just amazing, man. And so that's pretty much how I got started and introduced. I don't know how much more you want me to go into. I talk forever.
Well,
It just made me. How much detail do you want?
It just made me think, because we both went to convention this year, but that was something he really took away from convention, was the people.
Yeah, I mean, just to kind of throw my 2 cents in, for every guy that's there are at least 1,500 women. That's motivation enough. Don't hit me yet. Just saying. But
really?
Oh my gosh, yeah. What a great place for a single guy to go meet a girl.
I try to tell all my buddies this. I'm like, guys, y'all don't. Jacqueline won't let me go by myself because she knows better.
No doubt. No doubt. But anyway, it was really cool because when you go in there and see the convention, they've got it decorated up and it's all about oils and it smells freaking awesome. It's an awesome smell everywhere you go. But the people there, I mean, when you bump shoulders with somebody, they made an effort to turn, look you in the eye, and apologize. Can I help you pick that up? Are you okay? Sorry about that. I'm so sorry. Please have a nice day. And, you know, just the politeness, the manners, the kindness. And then guess what? You have a lot in common with about 14 or 15,000 people there with you. So if you're going like this and you got something in your eye, you got like 3 people approaching you with lavender. Here, put this on your cheek. Put this on your cheek right here. You know, did you just sneeze? I've got this the blend going on here, and
it is fun.
You know, it was a really cool thing. I had a blast. I really did.
Yeah.
So I encourage anybody to go to convention.
And just to talk about convention for just one more minute, we went to the men's panel, which was really powerful. And so, as you're talking, Johnny, like some of the things you're saying. What's that? Les, yeah. And so that's why I can't remember if it was his story about the thieves. Well, I'm not going to get into it because I'm not sure it was his story. But as you're talking, Johnny, it reminded me of like some of those guys, what they were talking about, like the same things where they just like their spouses were authentically using the products, and it just kind of like trickled over into their lifestyle slowly, one thing at a time. And then they're like, crap, this stuff works great. And and so it's all really similar. But that men's panel was really powerful to hear the men talk and their take on it and stuff. And so your group, like, I mean, gosh, I think we saw that group that you made like fresh off convention, pretty much. It was really good timing, for us to.
Wasn't much
What's that?
longer after that for sure. And
Yeah.
you know, that's one of the things though too, like even with the men's panel, that's something that I felt like was needed though, is you've got, I think you had 4 crown diamonds and above up there on the panel. And it was 4 guys that came in after their wives had already built it up to a certain point. And, you know, when you're talking from a crown diamonds perspective up there and you're wearing your $3,000 suit and you're talking about wearing it on your chest and, you know, and be proud of it. And this is a business that you can be proud of. That's not going to ring a bell to this senior star out here coming to his first event with his, you know, his wife and stuff. And that's why I wanted to make my men's group, the Essential Oil Guy. I wanted to have every rank on there. You know, you have to have your big names or nobody will watch it. So I wanted to have the Royal Crown Diamonds. And I mean, their knowledge is just unbelievable what they picked up through the years. Like Ben Howden, you know, and Chip Cowie and Scott Schuler, those guys. But I also wanted to, you know, men to be able to connect with that guy that's just starting. Or we had a little 19-year-old kid on there that's a star, man, and he was awesome. Alex Solis, he was just on there talking from his heart, and, you know, and just full of energy. And we had some senior stars, some executives, and there was guys on there that was just terrified to do a Facebook Live, you know. The first one you do is just like, oh.
Right.
But, but they did it. And then that, you know, not everybody's going to connect with me and Troy because not everybody's super cool. But they'll connect with somebody in that panel. So, you know, I had guys from different races, you know, I had an Australian guy, I had some Canadian guys, we had some Asian guys. So that's what I wanted people to be able to watch. And it's mostly women that are going to get in the groups, but then they're going to watch and they're going to be like, oh, my husband would love that guy. And they'll be like, honey, watch this video.
Tagging their husbands over and over. You got to watch this one.
Yep.
Yeah. But it is really a good point. Like, there can be a disconnect there because that's absolutely right. Like, that panel was guys, I mean, I enjoyed what they talked about with at what point did they take their wives' job and career seriously to where they were confident to leave their career and join in with Young Living and do that solely. I mean, there's a little bit of faith that you have to have there and security and stuff that you have to have there. So that perspective was great, but it's true, man.
It's exciting.
There definitely can be a disconnect, though a lot of those guys now are probably enrolling and starting to build their own teams now that spouses can enroll. So that's cool. But I love that you're bringing in people of all different ranks. And some guys that are just doing the business. And as a matter of fact, I think we talked about that at convention, because my big thing is, why is it only women? Like, I just couldn't understand, why is it only women? And I know there's a stigma with oils because they smell pretty. So I just think it's probably that stigma. But man, we're talking about entrepreneurship, and I mean, that's not, you know, that's for anyone. That's for anyone that doesn't want to just, you know, be told how much they're gonna make forever.
Yeah, part of the neat part about that is too, Johnny, I think you'll agree with me in part of this, because, you know, you have a passion for, like you said, getting all the different ranks in from star to senior star to executive to silver, blah blah blah, going up. But in your heart, just like me, and we don't want to be all mushy, but man, it's a neat thing to share these with other people because of what they've done for our family. You know, especially in our case, our daughter. You know, I mean, a lot for me, but I mean, 3 times as much for Lonnie.
Yeah.
So it's really neat not only to share that with other people and to have the camaraderie and the fellowship with your guys that you have, but then, you know, there's a business side of it too, and you can make some decent money.
Yeah, and that's you know, guys. I mean, when you're talking to guys, like, bring that into the equation. I mean, when you go approach people, and, you know, I think one of the things you want to ask me about was like, how do I talk to men about them? You know, and if can I go back into my background a little bit just so people can understand?
Yeah.
I guess I should have done that from the beginning. We'll just work on it.
That's all right.
Yeah, but I'm Johnny May. I'm from Kentucky, Eastern Kentucky. I'm a silver in Young Living. I built the business myself to silver. Jacqueline got me started, but then, like, when she asked me for a divorce, that's the first thing I did was started my own Young Living because I'd already fell in love with the products. And I've lost, like when I started helping her, like I wanted to be more, because I was really fat. I was 275 pounds. I was fat, just period. And it wasn't a good 275. So I felt like, which is not always the case, but from my perspective, if I wanted to talk to people about a health and wellness company, I needed to get more healthy myself. So I started working out. I started using the Young Living products to get me there. I used a lot of stuff, to work out. And I ended up losing 60 pounds and totally changed, my life around it. Made me feel so much better. And then it's easier to talk to people when you have that confidence, and you're feeling better and you're getting these results. So it's easier to talk to. But I live in the redneck, backwoods thinking country part of the world, man. I mean, really, like everybody here is seriously thinks snake oils and you're crazy.
Okay. Yeah.
So, I've got a pretty good reputation around here because I've known everybody. Like I don't meet a stranger. I know everybody. And I ran around in bars for 15 years, which we'll get to later. So I got to know people in the bar scenes and stuff too. And half of those people are my members, because most people that are young and stupid don't always stay that way. But I did it for 15 years, so I got to meet a lot of people being stupid. But, I was always pretty nice, so everybody liked me. But when you approach them about, essential oils and stuff, and they're like, "What are you talking about, man? That stuff just smell." They consider it a candle or scentsy or something like that, just something that smells good. And that's what I thought too, until I learned better. And it's our responsibility to teach people and let them know that it's not just for girls, it's for guys. Gary Young, our founder, was the man's man. I mean, he's a self-made man. He was out 60 and 70 years old out here working on the farms. Like that's how he lost his life, was out there looking for farms for us and trying to help us. And he got bit by something. I don't remember what exactly happened, but it got in his system and just ate his insides out basically. But he contracted that by being out in the field and trying to, a guy in his 60s, over $1 billion company out here getting his hands dirty. And to hear some of the early guys, the guys that's been in for a while, hear them talk about him putting their butts to work out in the field, and making them farm and just throwing them in the mix. It's hilarious to hear, like, just Scott Schuler, those guys talk about that stuff. But yeah, like if I can get these guys around here, and half of my members are guys, if I can get these guys around here convinced that they work, and trust me, I've got made fun of a lot, and I still do. But just if something works and you're passionate about it, just keep talking, keep sharing with people, because if you don't, then they're gonna, like, what if Gary would have never had that vision and shared with people?
Right.
Yep.
Talk about naysayers. I mean, he had a lot of naysayers, hardcore naysayers. So if he would have listened to those people, where would we be?
Right. Yeah. So,
and if somebody hadn't told us randomly about Young Living.
Yep. I learned about changing a flat tire.
Yeah, he learned. I don't know if you know that. He learned about Young Living before me. He came home and told me.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Man.
Yep.
Yeah, but just some stranger told us. So yeah, we can't keep these things a secret, which is pretty much our motto.
Yeah,
at this point.
If you know something's good and it can help people, share it with them. Well, whether they look at you cross-eyed or make fun of you a little bit, once you get it on them and slap it on them and they see that it works, they're like, oh, like literally last night, a guy I don't really know. I was playing softball last night, and I'm on a team that I just kind of got picked up because they didn't have enough players, so I didn't know them personally. And the guy's like, man, I'm all, my immune system, my respiratory system's all screwed up, and I need some. I'm like, buddy, I got stuff for that. And he's like, really? You got something to help me? And I was like, yeah. So I'm over here, I'm rubbing Breathe Again and peppermint all over him. And he's like, what was it? And his wife's over there looking at me like, are you crazy? Like, what's going on? But he was struggling. And then he's like, man, I feel better now. You know, he's feeling good. And then he was out there and he hit a couple balls and was running around the bases, and everybody's like, it's him holes, Johnny May. They were joking, but then again, they will, when something happens like that with them, they're going to hit me up and be like, hey, what was that stuff you gave so-and-so? And
Plant seeds.
Yeah, you got to plant seeds, man.
Yep.
Got to plant.
Yeah. Yeah, and I think especially with guys, they gotta see it in action, see it work, and experience it work. And you know, Troy always has his diffuser going, right?
Yep, I was going a lot. Yes.
Yep. So to actually see it, yeah, that's cool.
Guys are natural skeptics. You know, we're just, that's just how we're wired. You got to show us.
Yep.
Yeah, and I mean especially with something like that, because we didn't grow up with that stuff, you know. And there's some people on my team that grew up with it, and so they're obviously more open to it. But I sure as heck didn't. You didn't.
No.
So Johnny, so for the guys that are on my friends list and that are with Brooks' team and my team, what is the name of your group? How can we join? Just like your page, but I mean, let us know what to look forward to as far as that goes, and then we're going to the next question because we're going to be here all night.
I know, man. I told you I like to talk. Yeah, it is. It's a Facebook group. It's a public group, but you do have to get permission. You know, you just click on the join. I approve. As long as you're not an ICES member, you're good. Or don't Terra. ICES or don't Terra. One of those two. You know, you're approved. It's a public group. It's called the Essential Oil Guy. Meet the Men of Young Living, and I'll put the link on this later on, or you guys can. And it's like
we can
muscle
share
bound
too.
guy with his arms crossed is what it looks like. And
Like
Daniel
you.
made fun of me, and he was asking me like how hard I was flexing in my photo. I thought it might have been him because it's somebody bigger than me. I stole it from the internet.
Okay.
I forget the guy's name, but
Yeah, I don't
his
know who
wife
that is.
saw it and was like, "That's my husband."
Oh, that's right. She did
Yeah.
comment on that. I remember that now.
Yeah, and I was like, "Well, you're not gonna sue me, are you, for copyright infringement?" She's like, "Oh no, I'm honored that he's on there." And I was like, "Good."
Yeah, good. See, that's Young Living, peeps.
Yeah, hey,
We don't
people.
sue each other.
No, not even when
cool.
you
Thank you
steal
for
our
posting
lives.
it.
Yeah, even when you steal our lives' work and run away and start and be our biggest competitor, we don't sue you for 10 years.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Yep.
Anyway.
Yeah, so what else do we want to ask Johnny while we got him here?
Well, we both know that when you, like you, I was skeptical at first too, and kind of get into it slow but sure. And with anything that you try to do health wise, whether it be weight loss or whether it be to pick up your energy or to lower your cholesterol, whatever the case may be, you have to be disciplined. You have to want to do it, and you have to do it, and you have to set a plan. But when you set a plan, these oils will assist you and support a healthy body system to stay compliant. So what do you recommend as far as how do guys participate to make health a higher priority?
Use the stuff. First of all, listen to your women. If you got one, and she's not just a complete crazy person, listen to her. Even if she is a crazy person, she's usually right. Anyways, just use the stuff, man. And if you're like some of my favorites, like I use stuff to help increase manliness, the increased blood flow. I use stuff for energy. I use stuff for recovery. I use stuff to help me sleep. I use stuff to get me through the seasonal changes. Just use your stuff. And don't just rely on what your wife says. I mean, you do need to listen to her, but do your own research, and read up on some stuff yourself. Don't just do what somebody tells. Be your own, be your own. Like Scott Schuler talks about manning up. You know, take control of your own health. You know, look it
Yeah.
up for yourself and know what's going to work for you and what's not. But yeah,
Good
I'm a
book.
big workout guy. Like I haven't been working out as much lately, but I've been in fitness my whole life. Sports. I was in the Marine Corps. You know, so you know, I've been around like working out, and I know the good supplements and what helps and what works. And we've got the best stuff in the world, man. We got the best stuff in the world.
Yeah.
You want me to name drop some stuff? Like,
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Well,
some,
yeah, go ahead.
yeah, some of my favorites, all the Shootron products. I use a Man Up mix that I use every day that I feel like gives me bigger muscles and makes me more manly. I don't know if it does or not. I ain't found anything from my boy shit, man. I just talk like a girl. Can't help that. Shootron, Mister, and Idaho Blue Spruce is a really good mix to help with that. It's like a natural and I don't know, like a natural thing to give you muscles. Valor, I love Valor. I use Valor every day. I use Valor for business. Like my job, I was a landman. So what that is if you ever watch that movie Promised Land with Matt Damon, where it's if a gas company wants to lease or put a gas well on your property, I'm the guy that comes out and negotiates a deal with you, basically. So I was leasing on gas rights. But you know, to go out, it's nerve-wracking sometimes to go out and talk with these landowners and stuff. And, you know, I have the confidence to approach them. I use Valor for that. I use Valor before I play sporting events. I use Valor anytime that I'm feeling something. You know, I about dropped the non-compliant word. Feeling whatever. My mood needs improved, I guess. I love Valor. It smells awesome, man. I haven't used cologne in 4 years now since I've been using this stuff.
Do you have Journey on?
I don't. I haven't used it. We have it. I've just not used it.
Okay.
Jacqueline opened it up and we smelled it, but where it's sentimental, we haven't used it.
Right. Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah. I haven't tried that one, but I use Thieves products every day. I brush my teeth with the Thieves.
Oh yeah.
I use the Shootron soap. I use the Shootron body wash. I use the Valor soap sometimes. I mix it up with my toothpaste. I do the Sleek, the kids scents. I like it a lot.
Yeah.
The Thieves spray, I carry it everywhere with me. So when I go to the gym or if I'm out, like I'm in public a lot, gas stations, all that stuff, airports, traveling, spray your hands down, you know, try not to touch, try to keep the germs away best you can. I spray it in my mouth. You're not supposed to do that. So don't do that to anybody else, but I do it.
I did see you're not supposed to do that. Yeah.
Yeah, don't do that. But I do it. I never was one to really listen to rules.
Well, Troy just we had a friend that was ordering a starter kit, and Troy was demonstrating on the thieves cleaner. You want to tell him what you did?
I was just trying to explain how safe it was. I mean, I grabbed all of our thieves product, the hand cleaner and the household cleaner and the toothpaste and the soap and everything, and I put it all in a little pile and was telling about each one of them. And I had a little glass of tea with me. I thought, you know what, my glass of tea's pretty good. Oh, you know what, the inside of this glass looks dirty. The tea's still good. And you know,
he just sprayed the household cleaner right in the cup and drank it.
I didn't see anything wrong with it. I'm still here.
Yeah, that's the thing. Yeah.
Hey, sometimes you got to prove the skeptics that you're not going to die if you do this. So.
That's right.
Yeah.
Hey, John, we got a question from one of our people in our group here. Were you ever deployed? And if so, any issues from that? And if so, how are you dealing with it?
I was not. I was very lucky.
That's a good question,
reserves, and I was not, but I actually just did a Monday Night Live with Jason Sapp, who was deployed twice, and he actually uses the oils. He's got a program called Trauma to Freedom. It's www.jasonsapp.com, and he does a whole complete program that you can get in there, and he'll walk you through how he went from, just, I mean, he was through some stuff. I mean, he went through some really
Yeah.
stuff, and he uses the oils. He used the oils to help himself, and now he's helping others that way. And he's serving,
That was a
through that.
good video. That was an excellent video.
He's
That's on
pretty
your
amazing
personal
guy.
page, right?
It is. It is. All my stuff's on my personal page. I don't do anything
Yeah.
private. So.
Cool.
All my
Yeah,
business
because
is out
that was a really good video. I don't think you've seen that one yet, but he had really good insight. So Renee, you can look over on Johnny's page and look at that. That was real recent. Wasn't that just Monday?
Yeah, it was just this past Monday, and he's in the. I know you mentioned the YL Success Summit. He's one of the guys that's speaking in that, and he was one of the guys that spoke in my Essential Oil Guy too. So he's
Yeah.
got a lot of stuff out there. It's Lynette Jason Sapp on Facebook.
Okay.
It's one of those shared accounts.
Yeah.
I don't know. I thought he needs kicked out of the men's group till he kicks her off his Facebook.
No women allowed.
I'm gonna give him a hard time.
You got to tell him to
yeah,
man up and man his own Facebook account.
Right. It's Jason Sapp though is his name, but Lynette
Okay.
Jason Sapp on Facebook. But,
Okay, great. Cool.
he's an awesome guy.
Yeah, that was a good question.
So I got to ask you, and I have an answer for you if you would ask me the same way. You have mentioned so many Young Living products, the shoe trans stuff, the oils, the soaps, the diffusing stuff that you do, the supplements. You've been at it for how long?
I've personally had my own account for a little over 2 years.
Okay.
Jacqueline's been used 4 years. I've been using about 3.5 years.
Okay, so in your 3.5 years, knowing what you like, what you've used, what you don't like, what you just didn't have any use for, what are your 2 favorite Young Living products? Give me your top 2 favorite ones.
2.
Only 2.
Just 2.
If you could only have 2 things, what would it be?
Ningxia Red and Peppermint. Ningxia Red and Peppermint.
Ningxia Red and Peppermint. That's
Ningxia
interesting.
Red and Peppermint. And those are the 2 things that I share with guys to get them involved. I get them on the Ningxia Red kit, and I give them Peppermint. That's because Peppermint, guys aren't going to sit here and meditate and get in touch with our feelings when they smell, and well, they can and they will, and they'll grow into that. But when you're first talking to a guy on the street and approaching them about Young Living, that ain't gonna work. That approach isn't. But telling him that this Ningxia Red is gonna give him energy to get through his work day and support his body, and he's not gonna have to go to the doctor for falling below the wellness line, and he's just gonna have more energy. He's just gonna feel better, and then this Peppermint is going to help him with all kinds of issues because it does all kinds of stuff, and it's going to open him up, and it's going to give him more energy. And and you get him to try that Peppermint, and I like to get people to put it in their mouth the first time. The vitality, of course.
Right, the vitality.
Help them breathe it in, there's no denying that it's doing something because it's going to completely open you up. Ooh. So those for guys, Peppermint and Ningxia Red is how I approach 90% of guys. And
and Johnny, it's a really good point about Peppermint because my brother actually doesn't have a sense of smell, and every now and then he can pick up a scent, but it's got to be something pretty strong. And it was like last year at some point he smelled my Peppermint. And he bounced back and is like, what is this? And he's not at all into the oils yet or anything, but that one stopped him dead in his tracks, even for somebody who literally doesn't have a sense of smell.
Right.
That works. So really, really good point on Peppermint.
I smell so good it'll make you smell stuff when you can't even smell.
That's right.
But
I love Peppermint too, though.
Peppermint's a bomb, y'all. I love peppermint. That's all I use pre-workout. That's all I've used for when I went through my big, I've maintained for about 1.5 years now, almost 2 years, the same weight. But I haven't been working out as hard. And I haven't been eating as good. So, but I've maintained still by not even doing anything hardly. I haven't gained my weight back. I work out a little bit now, not like I should, and I'm not eating like I should, but I'm staying right there. You know, and that's how many people can you say that about that's been on these big fad diets and they lost all this weight? Usually they gained it all back and put on another 20. And when you lose it the right way and you go about it the right way, then, you know, it'll stay off. You know, you can keep it off. You know, and if Jacqueline leaves me again, I'll lose this other 25 I need to lose and I'll get ripped. But right now it doesn't mean that much to me right now.
So what about you as a guy? What about you? What's your 2 Young Living products you can't live without?
Well, I agree with Johnny, but I'm not going to use Ninja. That is a have to have. I mean, that would be number 1 for anybody, I would think. But my next two, I would have to say, I'm going to have to say Life 9 for one, and Cinnamon Bark. Cinnamon Bark has been a neat thing for me. Well,
just so you know, just say.
You know that I'm a high-tech redneck, and it's difficult for me to count, right? So Ninja doesn't count. It's way up here. I can't see it. Now, if it comes down here, I can see it. Anyway, but Life 9 was life-changing for me whenever I was losing weight for my work, physical stuff. Awesome. I don't know. I don't want to get into it on video because I really just don't. I'm afraid that I would be non-compliant. I don't want to do that. So I would just say it supports a healthy gastrointestinal system.
Can I let my little doggy out? He's going nuts.
Yeah.
I'll be right back. And Chris, yes, I work out on the golf course, son. I hit 320-yard bombs, y'all.
Oh, so we should go into some kind of classical weight music.
Well, yeah.
Dun, 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 dun.
He just kicked the dog.
He kicked the dog.
Johnny kicked the dog.
No, he didn't kick the dog.
What's that? Young Living. That's pretty
What?
cool, right? YL on the back of it.
Yeah, it's cool.
All my videos are brought to you by Young Living too, and it's on my personal page. If you want to see me blow it by my cousin Rayburn, about 90, 100 yards. They're going to put a Walmart in there in between that. My driving here.
Oh, God.
All because of Young Living, y'all. Cool Zool gel. Sports gel.
Yep.
Good stuff.
Good stuff.
What else we got?
But Life 9 was life-changing for me, and Cinnamon Bark. I'll tell you what, I at work, I have and people that work with me will know that maybe it's different for them, maybe it's a little worse for them, but my job's pretty stressful. I mean, even if it is sitting behind a desk with the option of going back and working the road, but that Cinnamon Bark has something for me, man, it's immediately uplifting. It immediately, let's see, supports my, you know what I'm trying to say.
Emotional
It's really cool. Yeah, exactly.
That was good. Yeah.
But, it's automatic. It's like a jazz song or your favorite song. Just immediately, it just gets you right up there. The smile comes, energy comes with a smile. The positivity is contagious. Everybody's happy before you know it.
And then you get all those like byproduct supports as well, like, you know, healthy neurological support and, you know, all kinds of support from Cinnamon Bark.
Yeah,
win-win.
Yes.
It's one of the ingredients in thieves too, so if that tells you.
Yep. That's right.
Heck yeah.
That's right.
You can put it in your moonshine too, and it'll help.
I don't really want to talk about my moonshine tonight, though, Johnny. Maybe next time.
Okay.
I appreciate it though for the reminder. Thank you.
That's kind of like Fireball.
Oh boy. Anyway, let's see what's next on the list here. Events you recommend for? I can't
What?
see. What's this here? We doing? I'm sorry. I'm reading something I shouldn't be reading. Probably.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Well,
We've covered.
That's why you don't have notes,
so-
guys.
Hey, real quick. I know, right? So here's a neat thing for everybody that's on our page and on Johnny's page and on Brooke's page. Johnny's coming to the house. He'll be here the 20th of this month. We've got people invited. If we haven't invited you specifically, please show up. Have a blast. We're going to have a good time from 4 to 7. If you don't know where we live, inbox us. We'll give you the address and phone number and stuff that you need.
Yeah, let us know you're coming.
We're going to be eating well and I'm pretty sure that it's going to be snowing that day.
What? What?
Anyway, the snow's coming, and Brooke hates the snow, so
Well, we do have flurries in the forecast.
yeah.
I'm like, why can't y'all live south? Like, what? What y'all
Yeah, I don't know.
move?
I'm not ready.
Oh,
Why
yeah.
did you have to get me thinking about that? It's depressing. Anyway, yeah, so we're gonna have an amazing event. So that is gonna be on the 20th, and yeah, it's gonna be good food. We're gonna be chilling. We're gonna have some cool, fun stuff there too. But we'll have some Young Living stuff, some fun Young Living activities and stuff for people who want to see what it's all about.
Yeah, we have to schedule that. We have to be kind of time compliant and schedule that from 4 to 7. Ain't no way it's stopping at 7 o'clock. Johnny's
Probably
staying
not.
with us. We're gonna
I'm
be
coming up
however
Friday.
long.
Like, I'm gonna
That's
put
true,
some
too.
marshmallows out there. Like,
Absolutely,
hey, let's go
yeah.
party at Brooke and Troy's, guys.
Right,
It's gonna be
right.
fun.
Friday
That's right.
night.
We are gonna have a good time.
And
We
then
are.
get
Hey,
ready.
Tracy, I see you with your snowflakes. Cut it out.
But yeah, I've got a couple members up around your area, and then I've got some people that I grew up with from my hometown and stuff that live up around Columbus and things. So
Yeah.
hopefully I can get some of my people there, and then you know they can meet you guys and hang out and have some local people there to help support them. And then I'm trying to talk you guys in. I don't know if you're coming or not to that event in Charleston, the Empower event, November 10th.
Yeah,
So,
do you want to tell everybody about that actually?
yeah, sure. November 10th is it's the Empowerment Council in West Virginia puts it on. It's in Charleston, West Virginia. We got Chris Ofer coming down, who's a Royal Crown Diamond.
Nice.
Jacqueline,
Who is my Royal Crown Diamond, actually. He's my upline.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Well, you better be there then.
I guess so.
Yeah. So Jacqueline is on the West Virginia Empower Council, and she's going to be part of it as well. And she's going to be, they're doing a little panel up there, and she's going to be the silver that's up there on stage talking.
Awesome.
And they're supposed to have maybe, I can't really announce it yet, but somebody that represented the U.S. and wore this gold thing on his neck or around his neck. They're trying really hard to get him there to do like a fitness in the morning. And we did the one with him in Lexington last year, and he'll kick your butt. It's his pre-workout before he would go work out, and it'll kill you. So it's really cool. It's gonna be like a little mini convention, basically, is what they call it. It's like a one-day event. So yeah.
Nice.
Cool. November 10th. All right.
And then did I see that the next advance is in San Diego?
San Diego, which stands for Wells something, but no. Yes, it's in San Diego. That's my
I was telling Troy.
Anchorman. Just go watch Anchorman, y'all get it later. Yeah, it's gonna be in San Diego.
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
And it's gonna be cold up where you're at and where I'm at, but it won't be in San Diego. So it'll be a nice little break in February. February 22nd through 24th, maybe, somewhere in that area. It's always third or fourth week in February. And then
that's a men's event, correct?
Yes, men's
Just
only, and these women are
viewers.
trying to come crash, and we ain't gonna let them. Jacqueline already says she's coming, but nah.
That's all right. You guys can have it.
Yeah, so it's really cool. The men's advance is, last time there was 300 guys in Minneapolis, and it's just a weekend of bonding with guys. They did like an axe throwing competition up there.
Mm-hmm.
They've done stuff like, we went to Top Golf in Nashville at one of those. But you get to hang out, and you get to hang out with all these guys that you see that are wild famous, the Jim Bobs and the Scott Schuler's and the Danny Hills of the world. Like, they'll just be sitting around shooting a bull with, and you'll have a guy that's been in Young Living for 2 weeks sitting over here talking to a Royal Crown Diamond that's been in for 25 years. And it's just, nobody's wearing their lanyards, nobody has their status. It's just a bunch of guys hanging out and, forming that brotherhood, and it's awesome.
Sounds really cool.
is really cool.
Yeah, you got a plan on that one too, huh?
Mhm.
Get out to San Diego.
Yeah, it'd be nice.
And Johnny, you're gonna be speaking too, right? At the summit coming up?
Yeah, I'm like, I still don't know how I'm involved in that, but hey, it's me and a bunch of Roll Crown Diamonds and Diamond leaders.
That's
I don't
awesome,
know.
man.
Where's Waldo, right? Yeah, it's the Wild Success Summit, and I'm going to be one of the speakers. It's Barney Coonsey does that. He's out of Canada. He's a gold. He's building towards platinum though. They're really close to platinum. He's been doing it for about
Cool.
4 years now, and it's a pay event. I think you can watch like the day of for free, and then if you want the whole thing, like you can pay for it. But I'll put my link on here for that too. And if you guys join that, it's Wild Success Summit /EO guy. I'm pretty sure. He just wanted me to talk about men's stuff. A lot of stuff, basically same stuff as I talked about tonight.
Cool.
A lot
Yeah.
of it. But yeah,
Awesome.
the men's advance though, going back to the men's advance is how I was able to put that men's group together is because I met all these guys at events, at men's advance, at convention, and then got to personally know these guys. So when you reach out to them, you know, they're like, oh yeah, man, I'd love to do something like that. That's super cool.
That's awesome.
Cool.
Yeah, very cool.
You're awesome.
Cool.
You guys are awesome. I'm so excited to come up and hang out with you guys. I may come up 2 or 3 days early. Like I'm unemployed right now too. So if anybody's got any work, if you got any landman jobs,
You're welcome
I do
here,
okay
man.
with Young Living, but I can't pay all my bills because I'm fancy pants. I like fancy things. So, got a real good job you want to give me, I'll take it. Whatever.
Understood.
You can interview me at Troy Brooks' house. I'll be up there.
Yeah, I can be
There
a
you go,
reference.
guys.
I'll be a reference for you. No
Yeah.
problem.
Well, we can get your team here at the house, and they'll bring their guests and everything, and
Just don't bring any mints.
that'd be you might have to tell that story, Johnny, before we take off here.
It takes a while. I don't want to tell you. You have to come to the event, and I'll tell you the search story.
Good
Might
call.
involve a .245 blood alcohol level. Some certs.
I don't think we knew that part.
Oh yeah, I passed all the field sobriety tests though.
Yeah, sure you did.
.245. I passed all. I used to drink a lot, y'all. Back in my day, I was wilder than a buck. But certs, there's just one cert, and then two tasers. 2 tasers.
So to hear the full story, you guys just come on over on the 20th. We're gonna have a full house here. It's gonna be a really good time.
Yeah.
You can come as our guests. You can come as Johnny's guest if you're associated with him. Just inbox us. We'll get you the information. And so that is going to be October 20th, which is a week and a half from now.
Yep.
Is that right?
It's sneaking up on us, isn't it? It's gotten
it is
overnight. It seems like. But yeah, I'm really looking forward to coming up and hanging out with you guys. It's gonna be a really fun weekend, and hopefully we can get several people there, and just I know it's gonna be casual, but we can talk Young Living, and we can help you. If you're on the fence about it, we'll push you over the fence for sure. And
it's a good opportunity. It's a good opportunity to actually try the stuff, like smell the stuff, taste the stuff. Yeah. We'll have a ton of stuff there for people to do, and we'll do a little bit of educational. We definitely want people to have a good time and get to know each other, but we'll definitely provide information for people as well and get them set up for success. So it's a good opportunity for a lot of people for a lot of reasons.
Yeah. Cool.
Tracy, that doesn't matter what Liam might say. Well, he's welcome here anyway. He's our little one too. I'm not sure if you knew it or not, Johnny, but there might be a funny looking car in the driveway that's going to be on display for people that are younger.
Like usually I get nervous when I'm around those cars and the lights are come on and stuff. But yeah.
Right.
So we'll have some fun activities.
Yeah.
People got to come to find out what that means.
That's right.
That's right. That's right. No, it's gonna be a good time for sure. I can't wait to hang out with you guys and get as many of my members up there as possible to meet you guys, and then
Yes.
find out
likewise.
me and Troy do a blood test and see if we're brothers or not. You never know.
It's possible.
We never had
you
a
know
dope
what?
man here or anything, but who knows?
I can get Maury Povich up here. If we're not actually brothers, I have a couple of friends, some American friends. We can just cut our wrists right there and kind of bond together and be blood brothers.
You don't do that on your wrist. You don't cut your wrist.
You do.
We do it. It doesn't matter.
Don't cut your. Listen, to all of our viewers, do not cut your wrist.
Hey, you know what? We can do it with Ninja Red.
That's your initiation into Young Living. That's what we do at Men's Advance. We all
That's right.
put her in, blood brothered up.
Hey, are they still using the 8-inch blade or the 10-inch blade?
8 inch. 10 inch scares people. Just 8 inch.
It's engraved YL.
Get with us in the next few days about your transportation up here.
Will, for sure.
You know,
yeah. And
we'll
I'm still crashing there. Like I ain't paying for no rooms or nothing. So y'all
Cool.
do I need to bring my own pillows and stuff, or I don't know.
We're good. We got you.
We'll hook you up.
Awesome. Awesome. All right, fellas, ladies. Y'all got anything else for me? Like I know I talked a lot. It's probably longer than what you intended, isn't it?
Well, it usually is, but we greatly appreciate you, man.
Yeah, that's all right.
This is really neat to have you on here and to kind of share with us that, what we're believing in, and a manly man here, confirming what we're all about. So I'm very much looking forward to the 20th and hanging out.
It's gonna be a blast.
Yeah, I mean, if you got peeps here that are close, I might be your Uber driver, your taxi driver, your Lyft driver, whatever you want me to be. But I'm probably going to take you with me and play about 9 holes of disc golf too.
Ooh, no, man, I can play something I ain't never played before and let you beat me.
It's not a competition the first time. I just got to show you how it works.
It's always a competition, brother. But yeah, I'll
I
play. I mean, we'll try it for sure.
Cool. Sounds good.
Well, thank you, Johnny, for jumping on with us tonight.
Yes.
I appreciate it.
Appreciate y'all, guys. Y'all, if you're on here because of me and you follow Brooke Sexton and Troy Sexton, they're hilarious and they do their little videos together. Like I kind of messed up the party, but they're pretty funny, y'all.
No.
And Brooke is shy about it. She's one of the co-authors of this book that's pretty big in Young Living called Now What, that'll help you in your journey with Young Living and help you to know how to use your stuff and what to do once you get your kid. So they're pretty big deal, y'all. They're pretty big deal.
Thanks, buddy. Appreciate it.
It's a good book, yeah.
And they're popo, so it's always good to know the popo.
It's always good to know the popo. You got to get it in with the popo.
That's crazy.
Got to. True story. True story.
All right, brother. Be safe. Be safe.
Let y'all go.
All right. Thanks, Johnny.
See you, buddy.
Thank you.
Bye.
See you guys.
Yeah.
Can I turn it off?